Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the cafe. As usual, I am Barista. It is not just my title, it is also my name. I'm always glad to have you all here with me tonight. Yes, hello, hello. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. Or at the very least, I hope you're doing well. And if not, well, that's perfectly fine too. Hopefully we can all just chill out, make some drinks, maybe see some coffee lesbians, or the coffee heteros, or the coffee gays. Who knows? There are so many coffee people we can see. So many coffee people to see and so many noses to blow. Holy heck. Excuse me. We do be going through it tonight. You're the coffee non-binary? Would that make you a coffee non-bean-ary? You know, because coffee beans? Mr. Barista's booing me from the other room. Yeah, let's jump right back into it. In-game, it is Sunday, October 1st, 2023. Headlines today read, Vegan food on the rise, gnome diet popular amongst young adults. Okay, but if you put some dressing on that salad and made it, you know, not look like beans and actual leaves, it might be okay. Box office movie High Weapon hits astonishing $2 billion worldwide. Oh, good for that, I suppose. And then, what Generation Z really wants, an independent survey. I mean, as long as they're able to... I really hope that all actually came through. I said I was happy to see you, Hidai. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Always dress up your salad. Yeah, they always call me Ranch, 'cause I be dressin'. They don't call me that. Galati, Part 1. Iralia Almat. She was supposed to be just a character in my stories. I'm doing good, Hidai. Long day at work, but the main thing that got me through was getting to come here and hang out with all y'all and Mr. Barista. Just have a chill time. Take some drinks. Learn more about our friends. Hello, Tahusi. Please tell me I'm pronouncing that right, otherwise I'll be very embarrassed. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Feel free to grab a seat, get comfy. We are vaguely attempting to read the story Galati Part 1. And as far, I've only read the first line and I just keep thinking that Galati is something that we've already made. She was supposed to be just a character in my stories. Everything about her was supposed to be in my control. How she fell in love on the rooftop of her apartment. The way she danced on the Magpie Bridge. Okay, good. Thank you. It seemed very phonetically, straightforward, but just wanted to make sure. The Ferris wheel. All of her was the result of my creative decision. She was just strings of words formed into stories, written by the tip of my pen, my creation. And a creator wasn't supposed to fall in love with his creation. Yet, along with the ink spilled into words on my notes, her presence has become more and more vivid in my world. The jet black waterfall of her hair, her eyes, a color that make autumn jealous, framed perfectly by her round amber glasses, the cupid's bow of her smile, and the angelic tunes that came out of those lips, the constellation of her neckline, her shape. She's so shaped, guys. She's so shaped. She stepped into my reality, further and further with each word scribbled on my papers. Some silent nights I swear she was there in my office, whispering into my ear how she'd like to be portrayed. She'd guide me to write her stories, correcting my choice of words, saying that she'd never say that to her love. Truthfully, I got jealous of her lover many times. I was heartbroken when she told him how much she loved him. On the Ferris wheel, I hoped I could be there when they got down the gondola so that I could punch the guy in the face. I felt like I went half crazy trying to give her a perfect ending, and the other half crazy for falling in love, for loving her to begin with. She even claimed a name for herself. Galatea. Tonight, as I finished brewing my Earl Grey tea, my warm writing companion, I found my notebook open. I hadn't started preparing for my writing session, and I was sure I hadn't opened my notebook, let alone written anything in it. Yet it was there, handwriting not my own, neatly penned under my unfinished draft. Meet me between the spaces of your paragraphs. There's enough room for us to dance between your words. Meet me in your stories. You and I. Make this story your own. Our own. Meet me in this world you've created for me. Come find me, Pygmalion. My creator. My love. Huh. This seems pretty meta. I feel like there are at least like stories and movies about things like this happening. Or like some author controlling the world of somebody that they're writing about. But it turns out the person they're writing about is a real person. I think there was a movie about that. Anyway, let's see what's on with Tomo Chill today. No more profile updates. We haven't seen Rachel, so we don't get much from her anyway. Everybody else except for Lucas and Riona are at full. Lucas says, "Super busy, see you tomorrow!" Hashtag just saying hi. Aqua says,
"Look what Myrtle did. Sneakily taking my super serious gaming face while playing Super Brawl Pals 2. Sad face."
she's so cute! Is she supposed to look like a little puffer fish? Because that's the image evocation I'm getting from this. Also, the taped poster on the wall. I love it. There is not a thing about this that I do not love. Myrtle says, "We just had a break in the office and just played board games for hours. It was fun." I know, right, Nova? And Hadai. It's adorable. Adorable is the only word that we can agree on. Like, speaking of just so shaped, there she is. Shaped. And finally, Riona says,
"Today's delivery cutoff time, 1300, aka 1 p.m. No night shift."
I like how of all the people who have liked it other than us, it's Lucas. I don't know why, that just really... That just really tickles the heart. Oh, speak of the Neko. Barista, barista. Miss Rachel? Oops. sorry. I'm just really excited. I've said it, barista. Congratulations. Done what? The music I'm making with AJ. He really is, Nova. I don't think I ship them. But they definitely are a very good platonic ship, I think. They're pals. They're buddies. I told you about it last time, remember? Oh yeah, you did. I brought it with me. Check it out, will you? Really? Okay. Are you sure we can play it? What about NDAs and stuff? Come on, you silly. We're the only ones here anyway. It'll be fine. I mean, the direction has already changed a lot, so... Oh? Never mind that. Let's just play it quick. I'm sure it's probably very good. Oh, hey, we actually... Oh, it's called Sweetheart Latte by Arami X Nekocho. Because that's like her stage name. I'm sure it sounds great, but I do not dare play it right now. First stream has me shook. What do you think? I was inspired by the drink you gave me. Sweetheart Latte, wasn't it? Probably. That reminds me, I never checked. Okay, nobody left anything behind. That's right. You composed the melodies? With Arami, yeah. So, like, I know with a name like Sweetheart Latte, you'd expect something a little more fun-sounding, right? But hearing how you made the drink reminded me of something. Like a new love's beginning or thinking about your crush. The sourness of anxiety and the sweetness of a promise. There are a lot of steps to keep the delicate balance going until you get to the point where you decide to confess. I think I see where you're going with this. Yeah, just like the drink, right? It needs the perfect balance of ingredients and temperature to mix properly, right? Or it would curdle, yeah. That's a really interesting take on the name. There's just one thing I'm wondering about. What is it? If this is supposed to be your new single, wouldn't everyone expect to hear your voice? I know, but I'm planning something. You'll see. How are you, by the way, barista? Just fine. Business as usual. Wait, I almost forgot. Did Dad come here last night? Yeah, I think he did, actually. Yeah, it was guys' night. It was guys' night here at Coffee Talk. Gallo was here, Georgie was here, Hendry was here. You need to order that, Nova? Oh, here, let me pull up the recipe. I think it was made with hibiscus. Yes. Hibiscus, milk, and honey. I'm sure it's a very good song, but again, I don't dare play it. I don't want the VOD to get muted. Hendry? Yes, he did. He was meeting up with Mr. Gala, actually. Okay, that's good to know. Why do you ask? He didn't reply to my texts last night, so I wondered what he was doing. Ah, I see. You two not see each other often? What do you mean? I just saw him this morning. We still live under the same roof after all. Oh, what a surprise. I thought you'd have been raring to move out by the time you turned 21. You got this, Nova. I believe in you. Well, you're not wrong thinking that. But Dad's getting older, you know? He's becoming forgetful too, so I'm a little bit worried. Understandable. Besides, we don't really have anyone else, you know? None of our extended family even lives in the States. So, as much as he's been a nag my whole life, I feel like I should watch over him for now. Before in-game barista says whatever they're gonna say, I'm gonna say that is a surprisingly mature take from her. Like, within 3 years, she's come from, I'm an adult, I can do whatever I want. Go fuck yourself, Dad. Well, she never said that, but... going from that to, well, he's getting older, and we only have each other, and I actually really care about him, because he's my dad, so I'm gonna stick around and take care of him. I find that's a very, very mature take, and I appreciate that. Right. Hello, welcome. Oh no, she looks so sad. And I can't even say that's just her face. She doesn't always look this sad. Good evening to you, Miss Riona. Hey, Rihanna! Fancy meeting you here. Oh. Well, yeah, also, you know, what happened at the end of the last one where her dad went and beat up a bunch of thugs and ended up hospitalized because of his injuries. Since we did well, we didn't get the bad ending of that. In which, you know, if we hadn't done everything right, Henry wouldn't have gotten the help that he needed, like the medical attention after fighting those guys, and he would have become paraplegic. Fun fact! That fact is not fun. It's very sad, and I did not like saying that. I did not like reading it, but that's what happens if you don't do everything right. Like, if you don't give people certain drinks or whatever, so... Like, say if Gala hadn't been there that night, he wouldn't have been able to call whoever he needed to call to get Henry the help he needed. Shit like that.
Hello.
How are you? Oh, she's perked up a little bit. Her phone's going off, though. Girl, answer your phone. This timeline, we did everything right, so we don't have to worry about that. Exactly, Nova.
Sorry, just a second.
Alright. Huh. Is she alright? I'm not sure. Oh well, I'll just get a drink first. Right. What would you like? I'll have a cup of milk, please. Okay. Can't go wrong with a nice cup of milk. Can I put latte art in the milk? Put the milk in the milk. No. Serve it. Here you go. Cup of warm milk. Thank you. What's up? Oh, nothing. Just remembered something. But it's nothing special, so don't worry about it. Well, now I want to know. Oh, she's back. Miss, are you alright?
No.
Oh no, she's crying! Look at the chat! Chat, I don't know what to do. I don't want her to cry. Nobody cries in my cafe.
I think I'm sad.
What's wrong?
That's right, Riona. What's wrong?
Oh! Girly pop! I've been doing a lot of thinking
About what?
about my situation. Have you ever felt like something you've been doing your whole life might be a mistake?
What makes you think that, miss?
No! My apologies. I did not mean to be so dramatic. Would you two mind listening to my scattered thoughts?
Of course, let it all out. Miss Rachel is right. Feel free.
After listening to the experiences you and Mr. Lucas had, along with my conversations with Barista and the regulars of this coffee shop, I have gradually realized over the past week that I'm severely lacking in awareness about many things. You wish you could give her a hug? Me too, Nova. Me heckin' too.
Huh?
And what makes it more troubling is it is likely that my ignorance was on purpose.
Ignorance? On purpose? What do you mean?
Miss Rachel, the position you hold today is a result of your efforts and tenacity. You honed your talent, but you did not shirk from taking risks in order to succeed. Your knowledge of the industry has enabled you to successfully navigate it, and I greatly respect your ability to do so. Mr. Lucas also, although I do not fully understand his content, he is successful enough that people earn a living through his work. I am aware that must require a great deal of courage and flexibility. I kind of can't tell if she's blushing or if, like, her freckles are just lining up just so. Maybe it's both. To put it simply, I feel ashamed of myself, because I may have become too comfortable with the status quo, to the point that I no longer strive to improve my situation.
Are you really, though? I mean, you've been trying your best, right?
I've been trying, yes. But have I been trying my best? That's debatable. And about my intentional ignorance, I'm simply afraid.
Afraid?
I understand I have only a small chance of being selected for a role in a play. I really do. I understand it's due to my lack of network and the industry's expectation, along with my lack of higher education, and for the simple fact of what I am. I'm truly fine with all that. I really am. Because all of it is a pain I am already familiar with. And perhaps somewhere in the deepest depths of my heart, I'm having to face unfamiliar rejections again. Having to get used to new pain all over again. Just might be Now is not the time for this. Get out of here. Might be difficult.
Miss?
I apologize for all this ruckus. I didn't mean to.
Miss Riona. Would you please allow me to make you a drink?
It's on the house. What?
Barista insists, right?
Right. What was the pie you ate the other day?
The blueberry hibiscus mint pie.
Did you like it?
I did. Quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, 'cause see, here she's smiling and there's no, like, group of freckles that look like a blush. Jesus Christ, copy talk to Hibiscus and Butterfly. Stop calling me out like this. Same. Then I'll make something special just for you. Could you tell me its flavor profile?
Give me a moment. The blueberry was very sweet and fresh. The crust was buttery. The flavor was enhanced by the tartness of hibiscus and the herbal coolness of mint. Just a very sweet blueberry pie with hibiscus and mint.
Okay, so obviously hibiscus. She's emphasizing how sweet it was, so I think that's gonna be honey and mint. Oh, pardon me, I pooped. Oh! Oh my god, that's so cute! Berry blue hibiscus pie. Serve it! One pie in a cup coming up. My phone's blowing up. Hang on. A dessert drink made from steeped hibiscus, mint, and specially prepared ingredients. Honey blueberry cordial with a touch of vanilla. I'd try it. Oh damn, we really just blasted right through Rachel's fucking... Oh, time for a hydrate and a stretch. Oh, there we go. Whew. Thank you, Nova. I needed that. Okay, so we got the rest of Rachel's profile, including her self-summary, favorite things, and what she's doing with her life. She says, "Hi there, I am Rachel Florencia. You might have seen me on your screen singing, dancing, or modeling. Working on a new album especially for you right now. Favorite things? I love my family, cats, milk, and you. What I'm doing with my life? I've been dancing, singing, and trying to achieve my dreams since I was 13, and I'm not stopping now." Oh, we filled up Riona's too. Okay, she put in her favorite things, which I would assume are some various songs that she likes or is good at singing. Wagner's Liebestod, Puccini's Si, Mi chiamaro Mimi, Vivaldi's Sposa son sprezata, and Mozart's that. I don't fuck German pronunciation. What I'm doing with my life. Emergency goods delivery service available from Bellevue. Seeking audition tips. Contact this number. I won't read it out loud. I don't want to dox her. Wow, barista, that's so extra!
It kind of is, isn't it? But it's so pretty. Thank you.
Yeah, she definitely blushing.
It really is. Well done, barista.
But are you really serving a warm pie filling to your customer? Listen, I don't question your business practices. It's not a pie filling. Simply make fruit cordials with honey. I just happen to have the blueberry one on hand. Sure. It's not a pie filling, trust me.
It's not. It's nice. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Girl, please don't cry again. If you cry, I will simply pass away.
What's on your mind? Right now, I'm rethinking my true motivation for doing all of this. The driving force behind everything I've done up to this point.
Well, what was it?
Huh?
Your driving force before you started questioning it.
I wish to break free from the shackles of prejudice.
Oh, you and me both, Nova.
Whether it's society's or my own. Not only for myself, but also for my kind.
I see. So it doesn't have to be opera, right?
Pardon?
Reaching that goal can be done a lot of ways. From what little I've played of it, yes, I fully agree. Like politics! Huh? You're not wrong, but...
That was just an example, jeez.
But I admit, being an entertainer is probably the fastest way to win people over. That's not what you want to do, is it?
My heart trembles for the opera. That is why I wish to pursue it as long as I am able. However, I believe it is also time for me to consider expanding my horizons.
Oh, welcome back. Oh no, not the 10-year-old with the brain rot. Oh, jeez. I mean, it is good that you're at least keeping up with them. Oh?
I simply do not wish to be trapped in my own fear forever. Although I do regret that my one-track-minded effort may have been in vain.
I don't think everything you've done so far is in vain, though. I always believe in sincere efforts. But never mind that. What are you going to do now?
I'm not sure. I already rejected Mr. Lucas's offer.
Lucas? He's an influencer who's been coming here recently. You know, the one who's business fidget spinner I gave you like a week ago. Why does that name ring a bell? Oh, wait. You know him? Not closely, but I think we follow each other on Tomochill. You do. You do, in fact. If it's even the same Lucas, I mean. What was the offer for?
I was offered a spot on his new show. While he's still unsure of the format, his aim is to elevate underrated talent, to showcase and interview them in order to bring their work to the forefront.
I see. So what if you rejected his offer? Call him. Huh? Or text him. Tell him you changed your mind. What's the worst that could happen? People are allowed to change their minds. If he rejects you, well, that's his loss, isn't it? Exactly. That's exactly how it is.
I'm not sure it'd be his loss necessarily.
Shh. Shh, shh, shh. Just do it. Text him. Yeah.
Okay.
Bullying the banshee into texting a guy. Hashtag not romantic. Hashtag not clickbait.
He responded.
What did he say?
He told me to stay here.
I'm half expecting Lucas to just come barreling in the door, like, I've been waiting for this!
Because he's coming here soon.
Huh. What's your question there, friend? Huh. Does he live, like, nearby or something? I'm literally, like, half expecting him to just come busting through the door with this fucking face.
No, not really. but it seems he had some things to do around here.
I see. What a great coincidence. That means you can clear things up in person.
You're right. Thank you for giving me the courage, Miss Rachel.
Just call me Rachel, will you? Yeah, the only one who gets to call her Miss Rachel is me. A voice for you? Well, I don't necessarily know what you would sound like. Like, at least with the characters, I have some kind of visual to go off of. But I have no idea. Use my imagination. Well, right now I'm going off of your current username, which is just a cold hot pocket. And I don't know how a cold hot pocket would sound. Well, you're a raccoon. Well, definitely no Bradley Cooper impressions, because I'm not good at him, and I don't think you're Rocket Raccoon. I don't think I could do a good RJ impression from Over the Hedge, because I know that's a one you've referenced a lot. I'm imagining something kind of skittish, if that makes sense. I'm just imagining like a raccoon like flipping something over. Sly Cooper might work, but I've never played a moment of Sly in my entire life. Like, I've seen bits and pieces, but do I remember what the fuck he sounds like? Absolutely not. Oh, you don't gotta apologize. It is something I will think on.
All right. Although I regret my one-track mindset, I cannot say that it has been entirely detrimental to my life, as it has,
Need to find a way to change that for one of your favorite PlayStation games. I'm pretty sure. Thank you for the stretch. I really did that. My back is cracked in two different places. Well, I'm pretty sure my sister-in-law really enjoys it, if I'm remembering correctly. Because I know Mr. Barista is able to quote a lot of stuff from it. At this point, the only way I'd probably ever be able to play it is through, like, simulation. So maybe it's something worth listening to eventually. But that's neither here nor there. Like Sly Cooper. Or at least you're familiar with it.
as it is a habit formed during my time living in the commune.
Commune?
We banshees used to congregate together in order to protect ourselves from the outside world. Each of us tended to have a specific role in the commune, and we would all work together as one. Like gears in a machine.
Interesting. I didn't know that. But you left the commune, correct?
Yes.
Was it difficult?
No, because we're not a cult.
Burn. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
It's okay. Commune is simply a defense mechanism from the distant past.
So the reason we do not see a lot of banshees around, is it because many still choose to remain in the commune?
Right. The world still isn't kind to us. However, we are aware that eventually we must reopen ourselves to the outside world. It was for that reason I learned to drive.
You seem to be fond of driving.
I am.
Yeah, that's totally a blush.
It's like having a mobile fortress, which is why I find driving calming.
Even in traffic?
Well,
a mobile fortress, huh? Never thought of cards that way, but that's interesting. So when you said everyone has a specific role, what do you mean by that? Sorry, I'm just curious. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Well, we don't have a Banshee Culture Center anymore.
Time to start one, then.
Perhaps it's best if I use a specific example, such as my mother's role.
Oh? Well, I'm glad you are enjoying my voices. I have always liked... Yeah, she's so blushy. I've always liked... I don't know, using my voice for lack of a better term. Like, I was always involved in, like, singing and theater and stuff like that. I don't know, I just always thought it was fun. The fact that other people can enjoy it too makes me quite happy.
Her role is to trade.
It absolutely is. In high school every year. Well, it's not even just voice acting, it's also like not obviously just like different types of voices and inflections and stuff, but like singing and things like that. Not just acting, but using it in general. Apart from the everyday, hi, I'm barista, I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you kind of stuff. If that makes sense. Copy voices by listening in ear. See, that's a skill I never really acquired. I mean, I'd like to think I do okay at, like, impressions sometimes, but... copying things, like, especially really well, I just, Quite the talent. There was a girl I grew up with who had, like, perfect pitch. She probably still does. I don't know why I'm saying past tense. She, in fact, is working on being a video game music producer type person. Composer. That's the word I'm looking for. Practice. It wasn't a skill, it was practice, so I stopped it. I mean, you could always practice it again, build it back up. I wanted to do things like theater. There's no way in heck I'd be able to remember a script. I always found that part kind of hard, honestly. But it was also one of those things that just got me out of the house, so I was willing to commit to doing what I could to remember it all. And when I say it all, I mean whenever I wasn't on stage, like I was sitting like in the back or like just offside, just sitting there going, saying or mouthing everything that they were saying all at the same time. I don't know, I think I'm one of those people who learns better by listening rather than reading and rote memorization. Because, like, especially as I got into upper parts of things, like, as I got higher, as I got older and, like, in higher grades and got more roles and stuff, I took to listening to stuff more than I used to. Like, looking up the official soundtracks for things, and, you know, listening to them so I could get a feel for what I was supposed to be going for, and then working with that. The only thing you remember is, like, to be or not to be from a long, long time ago. Yeah, I don't even remember past the first line of that. To serve coffee or not to serve coffee, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind's cafe to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageously bad orders. That's how that goes, right?
have to utilize all the all the different learning techniques, as my autism and ADHD required a lot of different techniques to combat. Give us your autograph. You don't get my autograph. I write your name on the cup. Like when I give you a to-go cup. The answer to the question is not always to serve coffee. Sometimes it is to serve tea. Though if we're talking to, you know, wine is also sometimes okay, but we don't have that here. I mean, there is like mulled wine with it's like all warmed up and stuff, but we don't have that here. I don't think it goes good with coffee. Then again, I've never tried it. Yeah, no, that just sounds bad. Yeah. We do, but that is after hours. That's after hours, because my cafe is open late. You do that in the you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here hours. There's someone somewhere has found a way to make it taste good. See, I'm not sure necessarily how well coffee and wine would go, but there are definitely plenty of coffee liqueurs that people make drinks out of. You know, all kinds of like cocktails, mudslides, and, you know, Irish coffee, things like that. Yeah, in fact, our friend in-game Lua, her namesake, her alcohol-related namesake is Kahlua, which is a coffee liqueur. Like, literally, sometimes. Yes, ChatGPT. Oh. I'd be more willing to look into, like, actual baristas to see if they've come up with anything. Well, there's still plenty of other options available other than AI.
Our role is to trade. In the event that we need to increase our supply or sell our products, or are simply in need of some negotiating, it is my mother who will do the job. She must travel to the nearest city or town in order to exchange goods, and she's our representative when other communities need to discuss things with us. Right? Everyone's work has equal weight. One is in charge of food and drink, another is in charge of all of our laundry. Everyone has a responsibility to set up schedules and organize the collection of goods. So, like, does each role only have one bearer at a time? No, sometimes there are two or more, depending on the power needed. It's all about balance. I see. Interesting. Does your mom still fulfill her role to this day? Somebody came in, so I'm imagining Lucas is about to sit down. Yes. Although, there are times when I wish she would retire. Why? She is doing a good job with it. But the role truly changed her. Oh. She had to endure years of animosity. She had to negotiate everyone's way out of trouble. Or to simply defend the commune. That is such a heavy burden. I like how the camera's just like slowly panning over to show that he's here. It is, but she refuses to accept any help offered to her. Why? Because it has become her identity, I think. Oh, you're here. Bro, how did you miss bro in a bright yellow hoodie sliding on in next to you? Yeah, hi lady.
I was starting to wonder when you were going to say something. I'd introduce myself, but I want to hear Riona's story.
Oh, absolutely, Hadai. It's very much the stealthiest color in the middle of the night at a cafe in Seattle. Desk, if you're listening, we found your ultimate stealth situation, apparently. Orange is the stealthiest color, yellow is second. I mean... yellow is part of orange. So does it combine with the sneakier aspects of red to make that? Breaking news! Army takes off camo, and now goes with yellow! I mean, they probably have, like, desert camo, which I think is more browns and khakis and stuff. But it's close. Oh, excuse me. Fine by me. What am I drinking? Fuck, I don't know. What am I drinking? I have a Pepsi Zero Sugar Wild Cherry Edition. That's what I've got. Oh, you think that's bad? Oh, trust me, I've burped worse burps in my sleep. That was...
It is as Mr. Lucas said.
I thought we were already past all that formal stuff. Am I wrong? Well, you still call her lady. But she is!
Shh, the lady is speaking.
Whoops, okay, sorry. That does sound familiar. I think there's like a wild cherry and cream Pepsi that I've had before, and it was pretty good.
It is, as Lucas said. Our discussion the other day led to the same conclusion for me as well. My mother's protective instincts turned to an angry sense of pride.
Oh.
So while she performs her role really well,
when I was younger, our parents left us alone with no food, and we drank all types of soda and Hot Pockets as our food. Been there. Fucking been there. Except we didn't always have Hot Pockets, and back in the day when eggs weren't, you know, worth their weight in gold, I learned how to make scrambled eggs by the age of like 9. 8 or 9. I was stove operating. 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. the next... God dang. That just doesn't sound right. I mean, I'm glad that you did what you had to do and you're still here, but like, you shouldn't have had to do that. That's pretty messed up. Sometimes questions are better left unanswered.
but while she performs her role really well, her anger often gets the best of her.
Long-ass doctor's appointment, I guess.
Things are way calmer for our commune now, so I am thankful for that. But unfortunately, the damage has already been done.
Right. That's when I understood why she was angry too. If your mom has dealt with haters all her life, and you were pretty much in the front seat for all of that, ugh. Tough.
I guess I can relate in some ways. The Nekomimi culture is also quite strict, although nowhere near as rigid as yours. We're heavily stereotyped as being very mid.
Mid. Mid.
Like, mediocre in all ways aside from being pretty and cute. Although, don't get me wrong, I am cute. But it makes me wonder, you know, how much of our survival instincts turned into bad stereotypes? Things have changed so much for everyone. Which means we should have moved on from terrible prejudices decades ago, right?
I mean, theoretically, but... here we are. And if this, if Coffee Talk world is anything like the real world... Oh, Nova, I beat you to it. I already just took a sip. Haha. I mean, everybody wants me to be very hydrated. I'm gonna... But don't worry, I'll keep doing it. Because, as we say here at the cafe, hydrate or dihydrate. Hydrate with water! Well, guess what? I have water here too. So, ha! Yeah, the head pat emote. Got approved earlier today. I'm so fucking happy. You know, I was a bridesmaid in a friend of mine's wedding, and she got us all water bottles with our names on them. And she kept asking us what the whole day while we were getting ready, is your water bottle full? Have you drank recently? And that was basically one of her taglines while we were getting ready. Hydrate or dihydrate. Sort of. I think what she did was, she has one of those cricket things where you can, like... excuse me. Got the hiccups. Not again. I don't want to say sticker because it seems like it's more than that, but, like, you can, like, have a digital design put in there. And like the program and the hardware, like, cut out what it is you're making, and then you can usually put it on stuff. You say that all the time, hydrate or dihydrate. Hey, it's a good way. It's a good motto. Been to some weddings, never been part of anything too big. There's nothing wrong with that. As we've learned throughout this whole adventure with Bailey's and Lua, everybody's wedding journey is different. And just because people go for the whole big Instagram weddings with, you know, going into debt, spending way too much money on just the dress or whatever, that doesn't mean that's for everybody. I mean, if they can afford it and they want to, good for them. Fucking cool. Not for everybody. You got to be a junior bridesmaid for your cousin's wedding and got to wear a kimono? That sounds sick as hell, Nova. I love that for you. I mean, hopefully it was a comfortable kimono. Some mini receptionist stuff at your brother's wedding. Nothing too crazy, but got to help out a bit. I mean, I would hope that means you have good enough relationships to be close. That you got to do some stuff, but also not necessarily the super high level responsible things, if that makes sense. You were one of your cousin's bridesmaids, but her friends got upset that you had to tag along. Well, guess what? It wasn't their fucking wedding, was it? No matter how you feel about somebody else, if it's for something like that, you can at least act civil. Like, there were a couple of my friends who I, like, used to be friends with, but I'm just, you know, we've just grown apart. But it's like, I can be nice enough to them. Especially because this other person wants them there. Your mom wanted you to help out. You know, she knows you have autism, plus weddings don't equal the best results. Here, do this one thing I know you're good at. And you know what? I recalculating. Something like that I find very nice, if that makes sense. Because, like, you get included, but you get included in a way that is also good for you. And that shows a level of, like, attention to detail and care about the people that you want, you know, at this big event in your life. You didn't even ask for much, didn't eat dinner with them because the friend said it won't pay for them. Ew. You didn't care, you at least got to spend time with your cousin. And ultimately, as long as you got to spend time with your cousin and you had a good time, that's what's important. Fuck them bitches. Yeah, like one of my friends, like one of the friends that was in the wedding that I'm not super as close with anymore, she gets like overwhelming anxiety and like she just sometimes has complete and total meltdowns. And I don't know if part of it is like a separation anxiety or like I don't know what her whole thing is. But she always has like her parents nearby, or at least her mom nearby. And we were more than happy to have both of them along. They were just part of the as some of the kids say, the I do crew. Like that was an accommodation that we made for her because we, you know, we care about her. We wanted her to be there. Things like that. Drinking coffee or tea or water or anything. Yes, cheers. I'll cheers to that. Cheers to all of us. Same with the cousin. I don't quite remember much or why I was even selected as a junior bridesmaid. My guess is that growing up, from what I remember, it was close to this cousin. She might have just needed a final bridesmaid to fill out the role and make it even with her husband. Didn't have anybody else, and you were the most mature of your siblings. Too young to be a normal bridesmaid, so junior bridesmaid it was. I mean, it sounds like it worked out. At least in my wedding, we didn't necessarily have that problem, but not quite for the reason you'd think. So unfortunately, my partners, the people in his party, they were unable to come for like some reason or other, and we didn't find out until I want to say it was like less than 2 weeks before the wedding. You got to look cute and have a great new experience. Well, I mean, you always look cute. But I'm definitely glad you had that new experience. But yeah, it was, like I said, I know for sure it was less than 2 weeks before our wedding. My partner's party members all said they couldn't come. So it was like, well, shit, this is gonna be awkward as fuck. But, thankfully, all of my bridesmaids and my maid of honor, they all have their own partners. So I was like, guys, or I asked my friends to ask their guys, be like, literally, you don't even have to do anything. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to make a speech. Just please be there. You're all pals. Like, you all get along decently well, and not just because of us, you know, of your partner folk. You're all decent guys. You get along. You have shared interests. It'll be fine. And they all did. And it was wonderful. It especially made the pictures come out especially well because everybody was already partnered up with their own partners, not just like some awkward stranger. Frankly, I thought it went very well, despite the last-second circumstances. And it absolutely was not planned, but the color coordination among all of them was impeccable. You don't see your cousin that much anymore, but when you see each other, you're still on good terms. Well, that's good. It's always nice to have those relationships where even though you don't always talk or hang out or catch up or anything, you're still on good terms. Yeah, it was really funny. Two of my gals were wearing purple, and the other one was wearing blue. And two of the guys were wearing blue, and one was wearing purple. So it was I don't know, it just worked out really well. And like our whole color scheme was like purple and gold and space and galaxy stuff. So it all just really came together. Yeah, purple is both mine and my partner's favorite color. So I knew that had to be it. Like I was gonna say, yeah, I think this color of purple is fairly similar to what we had for like the tablecloths. Water time! I'm getting waterboarded! Thank you for the hydrate. I have been yapping too much. Listen, I'm a level with y'all. I never thought I'd be one of those people that sits there and just yaps about their own, like, their own wedding and everything. But to be fair, I also never thought I would get married in the first place to have that yap experience, so better to yap than to take a lap. I mean, I probably could use a lap. I need to walk more. Unironically, I keep thinking lately about working out more. My friend actually got me the Ring Fit adventure game for the Switch a few years back. I just have not. I was really up with it for a little while, but could also make a special stream story time where we all share stories. I mean, yeah, we could do that sometime. I know there are some streamers that have a special channel point redeem thing for story time where they, you know, someone redeems it and the streamer tells some kind of story. Also been thinking about working out mainly because while my medicine I take for weight loss has been helping along with the ADHD medication to suppress appetite and binge eating, you're starting to stagnate and definitely going to have to incorporate exercise in some way, shape, or form. And that's the thing, it doesn't even have to be anything like super hardcore or, you know, high intensity or whatever. Like, anything is good. Any movement is good movement. Even if it's just, you know, getting up and doing some extra laps around the house or something. Or if you have stairs and you're able to do those. Yep. No, I'm in absolutely the same boat, Nova. I mean, there are plenty of other exercises that are also, like, isolative. You know, you can isolate certain muscles and certain groups and stuff like that without necessarily having to put the strain on, like, your ankle and stuff. Like, I don't know if you're into any kind of yoga, but chair yoga is absolutely a thing. A pal of mine teaches, I don't know if he owns the space, well, I assume he rents the space, but he, like, runs a yoga studio in our town, and he incorporates chair yoga into his regular routines. The guy who does dance exercise includes an accessible version. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly like that. And there's probably all kinds of videos on, like, YouTube if you look up, like, chair yoga, where you can do modifications for the poses, so again, you're not standing and having to bear weight. Yeah, my buddy's real big on having, like, every kind of prop available. and being accommodating. Like the yoga class that he teaches that I used to go to somewhat regularly, there would be, you know, people of all levels of physicality there. Like, you got some people who could probably stand there and hold their tree pose for like 10 minutes. And at the same time, you also got someone like me who can barely hold it for like 10 seconds. There are some people who can't hold it at all. Like, they would just do like a little balancing as opposed to whole ass tree pose. But yeah, that kind of stuff. That's always definitely available. Oh wow, you're back already. Welcome back. Yeah, if we actually lived back in town, I would probably go back to yoga more. But I don't remember where my yoga mat is. I think it's in my storage unit. But he has yoga mats at his studio anyway. But yoga stream. Okay. I think all I can do is breathing. Let's do some square breathing. You're gonna inhale for 4, hold it for 4 at the top, breathe out for 4, hold empty for 4. Keep doing that for a few minutes. I may sound like I'm like being sarcastic or facetious about it, but that's actually a thing. It is called square breathing, where it's like you breathe in, hold it, breathe out, hold it, all for the same amount of time. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 4 seconds. It can be however long you want it to be. Yeah, those kinds of like breathing exercises also help out with, again, like this voice acting and singing kind of stuff that I just really like to do. Those breathing exercises help others but do not work for me. Cannot hold my breath in that kind of pattern, and that is perfectly fine too. My buddy seems to take the Captain Barbosa approach as far as teaching his class. What he says is more like guidelines. He regularly says, "I'm not the king here. You don't have to listen to me." Yeah, if I'm being honest, part of the reason I stopped going was because I invited him and his partner. I invited them to the wedding, and I never actually got an answer whether or not they were going to come. And then they didn't. So I mean, it's been almost a year, so any awkwardness that there may have been is probably, you know, not. I mean, I still have their favors that I made for them. So one of these days I might go back just to give that to be like, hey, like, I know stuff comes up, you weren't able to make it for whatever reason, but we did make you these. Because what we did for, not only for our like for the wedding favors, but also for your seat assignment things, we made bookmarks with people's names on them, and we had them all laid out for everybody. So the people who came got to take that as their little souvenir. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, obviously I knew not everybody who we invited was going to come, and it worked out pretty well, actually. You got married in 2011. Yeah, I'm certain it wasn't out of malice. I'm sure it was probably like you said, like a miscommunication or something. It happens. But we ended up having to move out out of town and into one of the more, rural areas after that anyway, so that's also why I just haven't gone back. Oh, you're joking? Okay. It reminds me of a thing I saw online. I had a wife, but they took her in the divorce. Yeah, I know some people ended up not being able to make it for whatever reason or other. Yeah, exactly. People miss them for some reason or other, and that is perfectly fine. It was actually especially hilarious. I think one of my cousins and my aunt and my cousin's husband, I think they all at least jokingly had a betting pool as to whether or not my other cousin and her ex were going to show up. We all kind of bet that they weren't going to show up, but they did. And all of us were just completely floored that they actually showed up. And they showed up, got a couple of drinks and left not long after, but they came. And the joke's on them, it was cash bar, so they had to pay for it. It wasn't on my dime. Anyway, back to racism. Which means we should have moved on from terrible prejudices decades ago, right? So why are so many still stuck with outdated and bad perceptions? Actually, that's exactly why. Oh, Lucas, I am sorry. I just realized I'm all up in your shit. Hang on, let me back it up. There we go. It certainly was a train we rode. I am on this train, going down this road, away from the conversation. Life is complicated, and change is hard. Learning and unlearning stuff takes time and mental energy, right? And there are billions of living beings in this world. That's why many folks choose to reduce their worlds to a size they can handle. All based on their priorities, of course. I mean, it's no different from how everyone chooses content to consume. Yeah, and sadly, different culture is probably one of the last things on most beings' minds. Unless you already have a vested interest in it, then it's a different story. That makes sense.
We all need to survive. I understand that. However, I feel some things just shouldn't be excused. Things we do, the principles we hold.
All of it has an impact on others. She's not always like that. She's just being especially contemplative today. In one way or another.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, by the way, did Pops contact you, lady? You know, about the tree?
Oh, he did, but...
What tree? It's a long story. Sure, keep your smelly secrets. No, this is perfect. You should listen too. The more exposure this gets, the better. Oh, so you're going to tell me? From the very beginning. But before I forget, lady, did you have something to say to me? Since you texted me and all.
Oh, yeah. Go on, Riona, say it. Oh.
I am the Lorax and I speak for the trees. I throw garbage all over the ring.
So, about your show.
Yeah, you're in, right?
Are you still unsure about the format?
Well, I'm still trying to put it all in order on paper, so... Kind of. Like, I know I want to do a podcast, a deep dive, and a showcase. But I'm still trying to figure out a great way to fit them all in nicely. Once I'm done, I'll let you know for sure.
What are you planning to show, anyway? How do you think it'll help the guests?
Oh, curious, aren't we? I am the Lucas, and I speak for the, underrated talent. I throw content all over the internet. Basically, I want to cover stuff that's interesting and underrated from around the city. And beyond, if it takes off. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? Nah, scratch that. I know it'll take off.
That's some confidence you have there. Even though you're not even sure what the format will be.
Tut tut. I might not know the exact format yet, but all the elements needed to make a good show are locked and loaded already.
Really? What are they?
Well, there's already so much content out there, right? And you can't deny that today's audience gets bored easily, too. If something doesn't appeal to them immediately, they'll just click away. So, how to keep them engaged and stick with us, you ask? Well, from my experience, you need roughly 5 things down pat to keep a show going. First one being the format itself, which, ironically, is the only thing I don't have. Yet. Anyway, a proper format has good consistency. Could be the way the show is cut, or how the information flows. Pardon me. It's to build familiarity with the audience and make things easier for the creator, too.
That makes sense.
Next thing you need is topics. Sure, you can have a main theme for your show, like singing or cooking or anything, really. Having a theme is essential, but getting topics flowing is essential-er. Because even singing will need more than one song, right? Same with cooking. You need to show many techniques, recipes, all that jazz.
You like jazz? That's true.
Right? Since the goal of the show is to shine a spotlight on all things underrated, I figure it should start small and nearby, but still have the potential to grow. And what's better for that than exploring this city and its inhabitants in depth? Especially since I'm fairly new here and all.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
I can see there are many interesting topics to discuss.
Yeah, like locations, events, history.
Yes, and many interesting individuals to meet.
Definitely. Projects, side projects, plenty of things to cover.
Makes sense. What's next?
Know your audience. Honestly, in this internet era, you don't need to appeal to everyone. If you do it right, you can target just one type of audience and still get a lot of eyes.
You go enjoy your walk, friend. We will have a coffee for you when you get back.
Fortunately, I have my base audience already. But since the show will be in a completely new format, a lot of them will reject it.
He really is, though. Like, I should be taking notes. Because people do not like change.
That's right. But honestly, that's fine. I'm trying to attract an audience that's more open-minded and can help elevate the stuff we're going to spotlight. Like, say, if we cover musicians, they'll go to their sites or live shows. Some cool neighborhood project, they'll be eager to check it out. Cool coffee shop, they'll be interested in visiting. Wink, wink.
Oh.
Anyway, you all know what I mean. Next thing is audio quality, great visuals, and edits. You know the drill.
Oh yeah, he does that regularly.
Of course. And the last thing you need for a good show is... me!
They're both laughing. They're both just like...
Hey, what's with the awkward silence? I mean personality and smarts.
Uh-huh. Sure you did, buddy.
To find info, you need to be resourceful. And to relay information, well, you need a good personality, right? Well, I'm your guy. Why? What's so funny? Am I not the perfect guy?
Resourceful, huh? Really?
Oh, so that is what you're questioning, huh?
I'm just saying. Because didn't you say you're new to the city, so...
Oh, I see. I see how it is.
But you've really thought this through. I'm kinda impressed.
Thank you. Probably won't be anywhere near as big as your talk show, though, I'll tell you that.
Huh?
Rumor has it your manager is trying to get your old girl band back together. And I heard there'll be a talk show or something for it.
Oh, really? How did you hear that?
Tisk tisk, I have my ways. I didn't get the info from shady sources, I promise.
Well, okay, I'll give you that, resourceful guy. But your information is outdated already.
Oh?
Because I won't be in the show.
Oh? Why?
Well, I actually like the idea of a comeback, but if it were to happen, I would want new branding, you know? Like a new us, to show we've grown.
Ah! I get that 100%.
That's too bad.
Why?
I think you have a talent for getting people to talk. You were able to read the room with sensitivity. Therefore, I would definitely be interested in watching your talk show program. You think so? I'm flattered. You're right about that, though. I'm pretty good. But I'd rather express myself through my music, my songs, and my performances. You know?
Yes. I understand that very well. Then, you want to be our first guest?
Me? Why? I thought you wanted to highlight independent artists.
Well, aren't you making a new kind of music lately, Miss Rachel? So you actually have a side project?
Well, yeah, but...
I was kidding about inviting you earlier, but hey, maybe it could work out after all. Help out a new channel, will you?
You wish. I'm a very busy Nekomimi. But, maybe...
Woohoo! What is it, Barista? I thought your plan was to have Miss Riona as your first guest.
Oh.
Well, about that. I'm definitely jumping the gun here, but... I was kinda hoping you'd be my co-host instead.
What? Me?
I was going to ask you later, but Barista over here cornered me something fierce.
Oops. Sorry.
Why me? I like the way you explain difficult subjects, and I really enjoy talking to you. You have plenty of knowledge and experience from being on the road a lot, and all of your stories are so damn interesting. Plus, someone needs to offset my chaotic personality.
Like contrasting hosts, huh?
Yeah, what's more, she's not nervous talking in front of camera at all.
Well, she is a performer.
I know. I'm just saying she's a natural on camera. So, yeah, that's what I was going to ask later, if you want to be my co-host. Only if you're interested, of course. I feel like if Lucas was taking a page out of Silver's book, he'd be bottom emojiing right now.
I might need a moment to consider.
Of course, take your time.
However, if you are open to receiving input, may I throw in an idea for the format of the show?
For real? Of course you may!
And I'm staying until you all tell me everything I missed. Okay.
Yeah, the night's still young anyway. Night is young and so are we. Wait, how old are you anyway, Riona? Hibiscus tea has a cranberry-like tartness with floral undertones. Great source of vitamin C. Alright, gang. We are going to take a quick little break. Get up, move around. Refresh your drinks, refresh your snacks. Refresh yourself, do whatever you gotta do. You take care of yourself. And we will be back momentarily. Hell yeah. Break time. Gonna get a coffee and maybe a rave emote here. Okay, be right back. We are so back. Hopefully everybody's all settled in. They got a new drink. They're all topped off, all comfy, ready, set, go. It is getting late, so if you want or need to head out, by all means, feel free to do so. Take care of yourself. Let's see what's next. Monday, October 2nd, 2023. Burp. Excuse me. Headlines for today include Gobbly Labs shutdown. Researcher to finally stop experiments after 1,304 incidents. Jesus Christ. Users of Tomodachi's new stories feature. It needs a longer duration. And the piece of halfling advice that's seared into my memory. It is dark in here. Gala, hush. We're gonna read our story and check our phone first, and then we'll get to you. Pygmalion, Part 2, by Ralia Almat. He wrote another sad thing for me. In this one, supposedly I was on a Ferris wheel where the love of my life decided to end things with me. The love of my life, like it's not my decision to make. The guy my writer made isn't who I love the most. Hell, he was just a barely fleshed out character with some dreamy words ready for me. The one who has won my heart is the person who had made those dreamy words come out of his mouth. My writer, my creator, my Pygmalion. My heart, I said, as if I actually had one. I was just some lines in some short stories made to entertain anyway. I was made to be fiction, a part of something way bigger. But hey, if I was just fiction, I might as well fight for my own happy ending, right? Everything's possible in fiction, after all. I want to write my own stories. An ending of my own choosing, built of my own effort. Isn't that what we all want in life? Do you think I can have my own happy ending? Have you found your own? Well, we can never find out if we don't try, right? And I'm not going down without trying. Because this, my beloved readers, is my story. Not my writer's, not yours, mine. Only I get to decide how my story goes. And I am sure I deserve a happy ending. Don't we all? But hey, enough about me. What about you? Have you written your own stories yet? You're about to finish the game now. What will you do once you close the game? Are you going to play it from the beginning again? Do you think in your second playthrough, the ending will be different? Is there a happier ending here? Have you decided on your own ending? Alright, damn, I didn't ask for this much meta. Bro needs to Tomo chill. Okay. So the only person we don't have their full profile unlocked for is Lucas. Speaking of, they're all popping off. Oh, looks like Riona updated her profile picture. Let's go look at that first. Oh, look, she's in a studio and everything. I know, right? Okay. Riona says, no delivery today. Liked by both Lucas and Rachel. And us. Lucas says, check this out! Your boy has started a new podcast for y'all. Wanna know more? Liked by Rachel, Georgie, us, and 19,000 other people. Sorry, not sorry, forgot to post the trailer. Here it is, full version dropping at 8 p.m. And Rachel says,
Do you like video podcasts?
Damn, they work fast. They were just here yesterday. It's a picture with all three of them. Here it is, DTR, Down to Ride, vlog number 1, Mystery Adventure. With my super co-host, Riona Sheeran, and a special surprise guest star, Nekochel. Go watch it now. bit.ly/DT Ride Podcast. I love this for them. That's such a cute picture, too.
Something new. I appeared as a guest star in this impromptu vlogcast. Check it out and have fun with us. Hashtag bit.ly/DT Ride Podcast.
And then Riona just posted the picture without any comments. I love it. The kids are going places. I'm so proud. Anyway, it's dark as shit. Who forgot to turn on the lights? We still don't have anything in the drawer, which is good. But what we do have is Gala. So I drove him around while he was nursing his broken heart. I wonder if he's talking about after, I don't know, it might be one of those things where they, like, have real-world equivalent things, because I think Lucas has his own, like, character Twitter or something like that. That sounds about right, but I don't remember. I imagine that if it's not actually a thing, you'll probably just get an error message. Oh well. I really don't know why we're discussing my sad stories right now. Eyes on the happy couple. Oh! Well, that's right, they're getting married today. So why is my mouse battery dying?
Oh, it wasn't sad so much as cute, though.
But it's true that you and Mr. Bailey should be in the spotlight, Miss Lua. Oh, we're all just coming. Oh, right! The wedding was today. Yay! So we're all probably coming here for the after party. Or just in the light. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the switch. Oh. Whoops, my apologies, Mr. Gala. You're literally solid like a wall. I'll take that as a compliment. A wall I'd like to climb. What? Ah, here we go. Ta-da! Oh, look, everybody's all nice and dressed up and everything. Ah! You all found your way to a seat. I'm impressed. I love how presumably Lua is wearing Bailey's coat. I like how Hyde does not look that much different. He just, like, changed his outfit.
He's so cute.
I said what I said, Nova. We've been here enough that we know this place like the back of our hand. God damn it. That's what it means to have regulars, barista. So it does. Now, shall we get this celebration started? Please, I'm so excited. That's adrenaline for you. Hang on to that feeling. You call it adrenaline, I call it deep, passionate, irresistible fascination for her husband. I mean, mood though? Hey, don't get too cocky, Mr. Miller. Oh, are you taking Lua's last name, Bailey's? Huh, no, we're keeping our last names. Same, Nova. Absolutely same. Though I feel like Aqua would fight us for that. But I'll be Mr. Miller if it pleases Mrs. Miller. Anything to make you happy.
Aw, you always make me melt.
Disgusting. He said, wiping off his tears. How many times must I tell you? It was the City Hall flowers. They make my allergies flare up. This is true. Sure, let's go with that. This would be the perfect time for some drinks.
I wouldn't say no to something hot, for sure.
And to something sweet. To something decadent and chocolatey. But let's keep it fresh. There's enough sweetness here to give me a sugar rush. Sorry about shut up, we're having a wedding reception. So, in summary,
Sweet and chocolatey, but with some freshness to it, please, barista.
okay, so probably chocolate, honey. They usually say freshness when they want mint. So we'll give them like a mint hot chocolate kind of deal. Oh, look at that. It's so cute. It's called After Midnight. It's got fireworks and everything. Serve it! Now we've got the recipe unlocked, of course. A whiff of old world charm, and a soupçon of intensity, a dash of fresh air, for timeless late night celebrations. This is inspired by a sweet evening treat. Hopefully the drink is to your liking. And if it's not, get the fuck out!
I love it. It's very unique and festive.
Very comforting. Exactly what I had in mind. It's fine. High praise from Hyde. You know it. It tastes a bit British. Have you ever been on that side of the pond, barista? I did a bit of traveling in my day. Maybe we ran into each other in the past. Maybe we did. Passing each other like two ships in the night, before meeting at the mooring. That's very lyrical. I blame the mood on you two. All I know about the UK is that British werewolf guy I once met. Oh, you mean a werewolf in London? He went absolutely wild during Fury. But even then, he would beg the wall's pardon after putting his fist through it. Oh, sounds about right. Though I imagine you two became great friends. Nah, you know rude vampires are much more my type. Hey. Actually, no, I'm not offended. Rude vampire and proud of it. Exactly, Nova. Ooh, werewolves of London.
That would look great on a t-shirt.
Awesome idea. I'll consider that for a Christmas gift. Right. I guess we should raise a toast. Sir, we don't do food here. There's no toast. Does anyone want to make a speech? Speech, 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 speech. Someone? Barista, maybe? Aw, man. When I was doing a speech chant, I didn't mean me. I don't think I'm the right person to give speeches. You definitely are.
Yes, if you want to, we'd love to hear you.
In that case, thank you for choosing to come to this cafe, Miss Lua, Mr. Bailey's. Thank you for making us feel a true part of your lives. No, but do you have a permit for that? I think the health inspector might have a thing about that. You're here. You'll always be a part of our lives now, barista.
Absolutely.
Short and to the point. Good speech. Your turn, Hyde. Really? Ah, well, fine. Thank you, Lua and Bailey's, for entertaining me. And making me consider a counseling career, however briefly. You're a good bunch.
That means a lot, Hyde.
You've been a very good friend to us. Don't think we're forgetting about you, Gala. Speech time. Oh, okay. Thank you, Nova. Right. I don't know you as well as Barista, guys, and I haven't helped you nearly as much as Hyde did. But despite that, you've made me feel welcome. You've immediately made me feel part of your family. Ah! May this warmth that you show others always reflect as joy in the family you're starting today. Bruh! The onions! The ninjas who are cutting onions, they're back! Onions don't belong in a cafe! Gala. Thanks, man. Really? To the happy couple. To the happy couple. To the happy couple. Hyde keeps, like, blinking and looking around. Are your allergies troubling you again, Mr. Hyde? Barista. My dear Barista, never think that you're out of reach of my retribution. Ahem. I do apologize that we only serve soft drinks here. Some bubbles would have befitted the occasion. Don't worry about it. As far as I'm concerned, it suits me just fine. Yeah, we're not really drinking booze these days. Oh? Speaking of starting a family, just in case, you know. Oh! And I'm avoiding it in solidarity. He's such a fucking wife guy. That's nice, you guys. Rooting for you. Where's the cafe baby? Amanda calls me cafe offspring, but that'll be the real cafe offspring. Wonder what they'll name their kid. From Chata or something.
Thanks, Gala.
Just imagine. Little purple elves with horns running around everywhere. And thanks, I think, Hyde. I aim to please. Personally, I'm fine with soft drinks as well. Never liked the stronger stuff. He's not lying. I never saw him touch it. Is there any specific reason why not? Probably something to do with how it makes him feel during his fury. I just don't like the taste. You know what? That works too. That is just as valid of a reason. Never got used to it. Never particularly tried to. People assume I like to drink since I'm a big burly dude, I guess. But nope. Assumptions like that are annoying to me. I like that you look at it just as a taste among others, Gala. Sometimes I want to taste wine, and sometimes I just want tomato juice.
Definitely. Booze just became this big social thing. But I, for one, wish there was a better range of soft drinks.
I went to a very expensive restaurant a while ago. They had a soft drink pairing option. They imported some alcohol-free vermouth, homemade some fruit juice. It all tasted really nice and unique. But then they also had edible robots. And they made a miniature forest out of vegetables and dark chocolate. Wow. When did you go to a place like that? A while ago with my family. Back when we were still in touch. Hey. I'm okay, sweetie. Well, I make a mean cocktail. There's a hard version and a soft version. In the hard version, I use vodka. In the soft version, I don't use vodka. Fair enough. What else goes into it? A little bit of basil, some lemon juice, pinch of salt. Bro, are you making a cocktail or a soup? On a quarter.
It sounds like something I would enjoy.
Wait for it. And of course a big dollop of fresh blood. Here it comes. O-type preferably. Universal donors and all that. Yuck. I think this is a joke. I hope this is a joke. And this is why he never gets invited to parties. What do you mean? I'm invited to all the parties.
Thank you so much for being with us, the three of you.
Thank you for having us. It was fun to meet your friends from work, Baileys. And your sister, Lua. She's got a very strong character. I respect that.
She's impossible, you mean? But I love her to bits.
Yeah, she took a while to warm up to me at first.
Oh, just a year or 3.
She probably wanted to make sure you were right for her baby sister.
Yes, that was definitely the reason why. She always thinks of me as some sort of softie that she needs to protect.
Well, I mean, compared to her, Gala is a softie. I'd say Gala is a softie compared to many people. Fair enough. But yes, I think she could take him when he's under fury. If Barista ever moves out and I'm out of my specialty, I can ask for your sister's number, I guess. You would have to hurry, or you'll have to step over. Your primary school friend, Bailey's. Marco, I thought I'd caught him staring at her. I bet they didn't leave it at staring. The 2 witnesses. Delightfully cliché, isn't it? You seem to be enjoying the gossip very much, Mr. Hyde. Of course I do. That's how I take my best pictures. Welcome back! So, right now, we're sort of technically, I guess, at Lua and Bailey's wedding reception. It's just these 4 and us, sitting at the cafe, just chatting it up. It's right here, buddy. Yes, we did, in fact, get invited. That's why it was all dark when we got here. Apparently, we bumped into Gala, and he's about as soft as a wall. Of course. Longing glances, touches filled with pent-up desire. Scorn dissimulated in a smirk. Hopefully you've captured some pictures of our lovebirds, too.
Yes, I really can't wait to see them.
Well, that's the downside of film.
I know. But it will be worth it. So I'm happy to be patient.
Good girl. In that case, I have a little reward for you. Ah! Ah! A perfect shot. Yes, in-game today was their wedding day. That's why everybody's all dressed up. This is after their wedding. Yeah, we helped them do everything right so that they continued on the path. And they got married like they planned to. Because I'm sure if we, like, fucked up their orders and stuff or didn't have the right people around, they might have broken up or something. Who knows? But yeah. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Ah!
Oh, look at this, bae!
Oh, you and me both. You and me both, friend. This is amazing.
What a beautifully captured moment, Mr. Hyde.
Yes, truly. Thank you again for doing this, Hyde. Don't mention it. I had no right time doing it. You know what? Now it's okay for this music to play, because it's a wedding reception. It's a good time. You can keep this if you want. God damn it. Hang on. It's just a Polaroid, but...
Oh no, it's absolutely lovely. It looks so friendly and warm.
Like the wedding we always really wanted to have.
Yes, once we sifted through the superfluous details.
feel like a good rave emote would be good here. Love that you guys figured that out in the end. And I love this picture.
Do you only have the one, Mr. Hyde?
Why, Barista, you wanted to frame it and hang it on your wall? Actually, yes, something like that. Good thing I saw it coming. If our newlyweds don't object. I have almost the exact same one here for you.
No objections whatsoever.
Ooh, water, glug, 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 glug. Yeah, I'd love that. Ah, glug, glug, glug. Yeah, I'd love that. It would mean a lot to have a little memory of this day hanging around here. Kind of like how we have Rachel's single on the shelf back there, and the that certificate on the wall over behind Gala for Freya.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Yes, Barista. I'm not sure where we'd be without you.
Broken up and sad. Ahem. So I take it you have decided to embrace photography, Mr. Hyde. I mean, maybe. Depending on travel costs and all. Do not count on me making a good drink IRL. I may be a barista, but I'm actually kind of shit at it in real life. It would seem so. Oh, come on, tell them.
Tell us what?
Nothing's been confirmed yet. They're certainly not going back on it, and you aren't either, right? Of course not. Well then. I'll just tell them the story. It's obvious you're dying to. Well, I have no actual, like, barista experiencing. Mostly I just make, like, coffee for myself. And I don't go that fancy with it. Like, the fanciest I have is I have a milk frother that I sometimes use. You don't have to ask me twice. Hyde has already agreed to shoot another wedding. They're a really sweet couple who's been coming to visit their kid at the hospital. Little Rose has been sick for a while. Doctors think she's going to get better eventually, but nobody knows exactly when. So her parents have decided to get married in her room with her around.
That's a lovely idea.
I bet little Rose is thrilled. She is. An entire party next to her bed, as you can imagine. Anyhow, they got to chatting with Hyde. And just like that, he promised to take their pictures pro bono.
It's very good of you, Mr. Hyde.
It's nothing. I could use the experience. So that I can milk my modeling ex-colleagues for their wedding pictures. Sounds like a good social redistribution to me. Right?
So does that mean you're sticking around Seattle for good, Hyde?
I've got the house and I've got the job. And I've got my own pocket werewolf. So it sounds like I'll be staying here a little while. That's great to hear. How's the house coming along? Taking ages, but it'll look good when it's finished. I'm having it redone from scratch, so it's a process. But as a vampire, my needs are a little particular. Fair enough. God damn it, Bailey, stop stealing my line. I didn't realize freelancing meant you also freelance other people's lines. I think it's normal to be particular when it comes to your dream home, you know? What would a dream house look like for the two of you? We're not too sure yet.
But we're not repeating the same mistakes. No endless Tomodachi scrolling to look at other people's homes.
And no overspending or feeling inadequate on my side.
My love.
It's alright. I'm glad we talked it all through. Ooh made me realize that it's fine if I don't earn as much as she does. And if my family doesn't contribute anything. In fact, Lua's mom told me the same during the wedding.
I didn't know you talked about it.
Don't worry, it went really well. She said what mattered to her is that I make her daughter happy. Which is good, because that's what matters to me too. And a happy Lua is a Lua who powers through her job.
Yeah, I really can't consider slowing down my career. Well, maybe a little.
Yeah, when the time comes, but the thing is, I don't mind slowing down my career. I've always been the one bringing up the kids topic.
It's not that I don't want them, but I was afraid of what it'd do to my work.
Happy wife, happy life. Now you know what else it is? Happy spouse, happy house. It goes both ways. Any and all partners who are involved should be happy. One person's happiness is not more important than the other's. It's a team effort. Yeah, that's what me and Mr. Barista say. Or at least that's what I say to him. That makes sense. Women are always expected to do more when it comes to child rearing. Well, not in our couple. We've decided that when we have kids, I'll be a stay-at-home dad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my friend and her husband have made the same decision. 'Cause she likes her work. They both have like the same kind of job, but she likes it more than he does. So if/when they end up having kids, at least from what she's told me before, he'll be the one to stay home and do the child rearing. Which I think works great for them. At least for the time being, they have a ooh, glug, 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 glug. Need that vitamin C. I'll still do some freelance work if and when I have the time. Not so much for the money as to keep my brain working. But I'll be taking care of the little ones and of our place.
You know, I keep thinking how happy I am that I met you and married you. Not many men would have wanted that.
You'd be surprised. Times are changing and so on. Times are making more room for people to follow their wishes. I've known many men who'd rather have stayed home with their children than go to work every day and almost never see them. You two just complement each other well. I think so too.
Mr. Miller.
Mrs. Ah, no. Using my family name on you feels wrong. Haha.
They would throw a fit if they heard you do that.
They absolutely would. All the more reason to do it. It'll be funny as fuck. It's almost tempting. But none of that matters much anyway.
As long as we're still Lua and Bailey's.
So long as we're still Lua and Bailey's. Ah, excuse me. Oh, there he goes. I'm gonna steal his drink while he's gone. Oh, speaking of, my phone's going off. Hello? It looks like Georgie posted a picture. Well, it's a video, but I can't actually watch it. I think that might be his daughter or something. She's making jewelry or something. So I know that was something that they were having contentions about. So she wants to make jewelry and stuff. That's nice.
Sounds like Hyde has found a way forward.
He has, yeah.
I'm really happy about that. When I first met him, I thought he was a bit mysterious. And honestly, a bit of a jerk. But he's really quite fragile, isn't he?
There's nothing more solid and more fragile than an immortal.
Yeah, nothing screws with your head quite as much as having unlimited time. Even elves with only... Why am I giving him Hyde's voice? Even elves with their only long-ish lives have issues. I can imagine. Werewolves are somewhere between elves and humans, and we also struggle with that stuff. I guess the bottom line is, everyone gets bored and confused once in a while, right? And the longer you live, the more once in a whiles you get.
That makes sense to me.
I will say, though, I'm mighty happy that he's sticking around.
Ah.
For all that he can be a difficult one, he also makes life a lot more interesting. And we just really get each other after all this time. You two know what I mean.
Yes, we really do. At this point, even when we need to take a bit of a time out, we can trust that we'll always find our way back to each other.
That's right. You know, he's got a way of finding good people. Hyde, I mean.
Well, who the fuck else did you think you were talking about?
He liked Barista from the start. Not that I've ever disagreed, but he just really got you right away.
He has been very kind to me, and perceptive about me as well.
I'm glad he befriended you two. This chat, right now, it's really good.
You're all right too, Gala. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing more of you.
Ha! Right back at ya. Oh, listen to that. It's pouring rain again.
I'd be really cold if I didn't have your jacket, babe. But are you okay? Yeah, don't worry about me. I always worry about you. And I guess that's kind of my job now.
Oh, same. I say the same to Mr. Barista all the time.
Only if I get to worry about you, too.
You guys are cute. But you know what's even better than worrying about each other? Not worrying about each other. Point taken. Rainy weddings are meant to be good luck anyway.
I've always wondered where that came from. It sounds like lip service for the happy couple, to avoid a meltdown if it rains, which must happen often enough. It did start raining on our wedding day. Can't remember how badly it came down, but it did start coming down while we were outside taking the pictures. So. Really? So you don't know? Don't know what? Maybe it's just a thing among elves. Have you heard of it, Barista? Are you referring to the goddess's tears legend? That's the one.
Never heard of that.
It's actually a whole epic in medieval elven poetry. But I can give you the short version. Go on, I'm very curious. Alright then. A long time ago lived a powerful goddess. That goddess had many children, but of all her children, one she liked best. They were the shyest and the quietest. When their siblings screamed for attention, they sat aside and played with clouds. When their siblings tormented each other, they silently looked at the stars. When their siblings ran away from the rain, they waited and watched the rain fall. The goddess thought, even if all my children desert me, this one will always be by my side. They are kind and gentle. They will love me and take care of me. She thought of the days ahead and smiled. One day, as the young godlings sat on the edge of a cloud, pondering the world, a gust of wind blew on them, and they lost their balance. Oh no! Don't worry, it's not a sad story. Alright then. Carried by the wind, they floated down to the ground. And immediately, they were astonished. There were so many things around them that they'd never seen before. They were both delighted and lost, and they stood rooted in place for many human eras. Until a human found them there. Shall we call the godling Eon and the human Ray, just for clarity?
That's gonna help me for sure. I get lost without names.
Me too, Gala. Alright, Eon and Ray it is. Ray walked up to Eon and, finding them stunned, guided them forward. They took them to their village and showed them how they lived their life. As days passed by, Eon started talking to Ray. They discussed stars and planets, clouds and suns. They talked of harvest and of young children, of famines and old men. They talked of time and of eternity, and as they looked into each other's eyes, they found both the briefest of moments and the longest era in there. That's how they both knew they were in love. They decided to get married, but both of them wanted the assent of their family. Ray got it without any trouble. Their family were quite fond of Eon by then. But when Eon went to see their mother, the goddess, that old hag. Ha! Give her a chance, my love, she improves. But yeah, at first she wasn't thrilled. In fact, she was outraged that her favorite child should be taken away from her.
That reminds me of someone.
I promise you she's a lot better than my mother. Anyway, she got really angry and told Eon, "Get married if you wish, but if you do get married, then you shall wither and die, just like your fiancé." Yuck. And to nobody's surprise at this point, Eon said, "I'm alright with that. What's eternity if I can't have Ray by my side?" Down to get married they went. For many hours the goddess was angry and shouted. Then for many more hours she was despondent and sulked. Then finally she turned an eye onto the ground to look at Eon and Ray. They were in the field where Ray had first found Eon. They wore garlands of flowers and they were surrounded with people they loved. And for the first time, Eon wasn't quiet at all. They were singing and dancing, their eyes sparkling, their hair floating on the wind. The goddess saw that for the first time in an eternity, their child was happy. She regretted her bitter words then. But a goddess's word, once spoken, isn't easily broken. In sadness for her child's mortal days, she started crying. And one by one her tears hit the earth in a thick cloud of rain. But instead of running from it, Eon and Ray danced with it. And so the goddess said, "For each tear of mine that falls onto you, may you live another year. And even as your hair turns gray and your skin turns parched, may that year see you both dancing and singing, still in love with each other." And according to elves, that's how we came to be. But I think that's a bit far-fetched. My love, are you tearing up?
It's nothing. You're just really beautiful sometimes.
You're a born legend teller, Mr. Baileys. That was an astonishing rendition of that story. Yeah, that was epic. I'm not gonna look at Rain the same way now. Ah, it's just a silly legend.
It's not silly at all. And you're right, the goddess is a lot better than your mother.
Told you. My history with rain is a lot simpler. I just really love when it rains outside and you're all warm indoors. Yeah, that's a very cozy feeling.
My bedroom when I was a little girl was on the top floor, so I could hear the rain fall at night when I was in my bed. It was great.
I wish we lived in a world where everyone had that. A place to be safe while the rain falls outside. For sure. Oh, look. Here's at least another someone who's safe from the rain right now. It's our friend! Also, hello, Classy. Welcome in. Totally not still awake again? Ah, that's fine. Well, maybe it's not fine, but we're awake here too. And there's a cat. Oof, that's a very wet little guy.
Poor Gala, did he just shake rain all over you?
He did a little, but that's fine. He's a cute one. Not all of them. Mostly just these two. What's he doing here, though? Is he your cat, Barista?
No, but he's been around a couple of times. I do remember seeing him a week or so ago. He's not any friendlier than he was then. Although he's not especially aggressive either.
Maybe he's adopting this place. Wouldn't be the first. That's pretty much how you got Hyde, too. Yeah. My cafe just picks up all the strays.
Now that's an apt comparison. It seems that he might be looking for something, though. Or someone.
If that's the case, he hasn't found them yet. He came by another time a few days ago, and was actually quite helpful.
But he didn't look settled then either.
There he goes.
Very mysterious.
What did I miss? A cat. You missed a cat. And another sappy story that would have made you complain. A cat, apparently. Ah, yes, I saw it go. What was that about? We're not entirely sure. He's come by a handful of times, but he doesn't seem to stay very long or ask for anything.
I was saying that he might be looking for someone.
Ah, perhaps he is. In many traditions, cats are depicted as having special foresight. Messengers between worlds, so to speak. He may know something that we don't, or see something that we can't see. So that's just what they want you to believe. Who's they, Gala? The fucking big cat government? Fuck you on about, man? Anyway. It'd be mysterious to get food and cuddles. I was saying that reminds me of someone, actually. No comment. Uh-huh. Anyhow, what was that call about? That was the interior designer about the house. For some reason, he needed to know the exact size of my turntable. As well as whether I wanted walnut or oak floors. I just want floors I can walk on. That's surprising. I thought you'd be more particular about decoration, Hyde. I am particular in the sense that I want it to look good. But he's got no clue what to do to get there. I mean, you've seen his car. It's not, peak design trends. That car served me right, thank you very much. I remember when a certain werewolf didn't want to drive me around. I shouldn't have brought that up. Truce. Why don't you help Hyde with decorating then, Gala? Why, indeed. My job. Time. Your job. Time. I see. Everyone's a critic, but the truth is, Gala has no understanding of color, material, or shape. I'm a lazy interior designer at best, but Gala is an interior designer's waking nightmare. Not true, I just go for functional things. That's what people say when they've got no taste. Yeah, maybe my taste in vampires is the problem here. I think your taste in vampires is your one saving grace. Yeah, these two are definitely fucking. You guys sound like you're gonna be just fine. Indeed. Being like this all together when it's dark and damp, and feeling good and safe and home. It's a pretty rare feeling in a kinda public place. I think the kinda is key here. As far as I can remember, this has never felt like a strange space to me. It's my space that I'm lucky enough to share with other people I like.
I definitely feel the same way. Thanks for that, Barista. I'm glad that's how it feels to you. Our patrons' comfort has always been our priority. Goal very much achieved, then.
That
And also, you are alright. It sounds like everyone's gonna be busy with their own stuff for a while. But I can't wait to come back here and see your faces again. Whether in a week or a month or a year. I know it's gonna be a good time. Cheers to that.
Here, here.
You're all welcome anytime, separately or together. And I'm looking forward to hearing what you get up to.
We'll definitely pop by to give you news.
And to get Fury remedies. And to listen in on the drama.
We can't wait to welcome you back.
I think the rain is over. Yeah, we've kept you up for a while already, Barista. Yeah, we should all use the dry spell to get back home.
Consider the night cold. You go first, guys, or we'll be stepping on each other's toes.
Alright. Good night, Barista.
Good night. Good night, you two. Let's go, darling.
Let's. Good night, Barista. Thanks again for being with us. Tonight and on other nights.
No, thank you for everything. Truly. Have a good rest, Barista.
Will do. You guys coming?
Yeah, just hold the door for me a second longer. Bae! What are you doing?
I'm carrying you over the threshold, of course.
That's on the way into the home, not on the way out of the bar.
I can do both.
You're silly. Maybe, but I love you. I love you too.
Bustling, busy, and abuzz.
People whose thoughts I can hear almost as well as my own by now. Whose success and failures matter to me as much as my own. I suppose that's what it feels like, to have a chosen hive.
Well, it looks like there is more to play. Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. But you know what? I think we're gonna save that for next week. I don't know how much more there is. It looks like it's already more than what the first one was. Because the first one was just the 2 weeks. So it looks like there's at least the one more day. But I guess we'll have to wait and find out. There we go. Yay! Plus, I think that's a very... Oh god, I'm very small. This works. But yeah, I think that's a very nice note to end everything on. At least for tonight. Then it is getting kind of late. I mean, it's always late when we do this, but... Shush! Let's see if there's anybody we want to raid out to tonight. Oh, I'm getting head pats. Yay. Thank you for... Yeah, exactly, Nova. I think this is just the way to end the night. And then next week, when we're all, refreshed and everything, we can go back and see what comes next. Let's see if there's anybody to raid out to. We're actually somewhat earlier than usual, so got at least a handful of people I can go hang out with. Maybe. Okay, but this has me very interested. Okay, so friend of the cafe, Jay, she's live, and she's playing a game called Call of Boba. And I want to go see what that's about. So we're gonna
we're gonna go to Jay. We're gonna go say hi, see what Call of Boba's all about. Drop in... God damn it. I put in all my emotes in the wrong order. Where to go order is here. Cafe raid. Oh, god damn it. Nothing's working. Yeah, so we're gonna go and hang out with Jay and see what she's up to. See what this Call of Boba is about. And we'll be back next week. I would be a little coy and be like, maybe sooner, who knows? I seriously doubt that. But, oh, thank you for head pats. I like them head pats. But yeah, we're gonna go see what she's up to. And we'll be back next week for more coffee talk, more Wonderlands. Until then, get some rest, take care of yourself, and have a good one.